Yes, my dog is experiencing a false pregnancy. Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to come on here and give some insight of what I found out that was very concerning to me. As you saw, I also went to go walk my dog Mello, and I usually walk both my dogs together, but today I decided to walk Mello by herself. The reason being is that she has been showing signs of aggression, possessiveness over her toys, signs of depression, which is weird because she normally doesn't act that way. She's not an aggressive dog by any means. She wouldn't get out of her bed. So I decided to go on Google, like everyone does, and false pregnancy came up. And I'm like, what is false pregnancy? I looked at the symptoms of what false pregnancy is, and it was basically the same thing that Mello was experiencing, especially the white stuff that was coming out her nipples. Right now, she is experiencing a false pregnancy, and I didn't know such a thing existed. False pregnancies happen a lot throughout their cycles. I don't want to breed her, so I think the best thing to do is to get her spayed. So I need to make her an appointment, and hopefully they have openings. It was scary not knowing what was going on with her.
Honestly, one of the best memoirs I've ever read.
Well, I think tell me when you saw the life story for 30 years, so write it down. Suddenly, you appreciate. For what it's worth,
Mello has been like this for over a week now. I was able to make her an appointment to go see a vet. I just wanted to be sure that she's okay, and I wanted to ask the vet a few questions about spaying her. I wanted to know what were the pros and the cons, because I just want to be sure that I was making the right decision for Mello. We are heading to the vet. Gonna go get checked. How are you?
I'm not seeing any. I'm kind of.
This is the white stuff that's
Okay, there you go. They're not hot or red or inflamed, so it's not an infection. The patient for the main thing would be watching the mammary glands that they don't like get really large with milk, and then there's no puppy there to nurse, and then they can develop mastitis, which is like an infection or inflammation of the mammary gland, and then we would need to treat that because that's painful. Are y'all planning on getting her spayed?
Yes.
We wanted to ask about the pros and the cons of getting her spayed. She's now 3 years old, so.
There are many pros, there are very few cons. The pros would be she wouldn't have any more false pregnancies. She wouldn't go into heat, so you don't have to worry about her getting loose and getting pregnant and having to deal with puppies. Especially if they never had puppies and they're intact as they get older. After every heat cycle, they get more and more likely to develop what's called a pyometra, which is an infection in the uterus, which can be life-threatening. You also take away the possibility of them developing uterine cancer or ovarian cancer, which dogs can get. We're kind of a little past getting the benefit of reducing mammary tumor incidence. That's usually if you spay them before 2 years of age, it does decrease their risk of developing mammary tumors as they get older. If there's not really a con other than, I guess, cost, for the surgery, and I guess just the recovery for a couple of days after the surgery. We do everything we can to make sure that the surgery is safe. Some dogs, if they're a little more possessive or territorial, sometimes taking some of that hormonal influence away can help a little bit too. You see that more with male dogs with aggression and testosterone. When you neuter them, they're less likely to want to roam and want to pick fights and attack other dogs. But sometimes girl dogs will do that too. Yeah. Once they're spayed and or neutered, if it's a boy dog, they do usually require about 25% fewer calories. So if you spay her and then you keep feeding her the exact same amount of food, she's probably going to get fat and put some weight on. So you do have to watch after you spay them. You usually have to cut back on the amount of food that they're getting a little bit, because otherwise they put on weight pretty quick. So that's sort of a con, I guess, of a spay, is that they tend more to be obese or overweight if they're allowed to eat, more than what they should be eating.